Welcome to the June edition of Eye on Terre Haute featuring Mayor Duke Bennett. Mayor Bennett, it's always a pleasure to have you. Let's start with some news that we got earlier this month that was a little unfortunate, and that was the Air Force's decision not to locate in Terre Haute. How disappointing was that? Was that surprising to you?
I don't think I was overly surprised in any way. I mean, I knew there was a political element to this that we didn't have a lot of control over. I felt really good about that we were in the hunt. There's no question. We didn't even know we were in the top 46. Then when we found out we were in the top 5 and you kind of looked at our competition, we felt like we were right there. And, we were in a great spot. But, there's just a lot of factors that go into those kind of decisions. And I was very hopeful, but not shocked when they gave it to Arkansas. I think there's some pieces of that make sense in the bigger scheme of things in Washington, D.C.
Is that a possibility of being able to parlay this top 5 finish into something maybe down the road for the airport?
Absolutely. I think we did a great job of making a community presentation. The airport has a tremendous amount of potential, lots of technical features about it that put us way above a lot of other communities. And so my guess is that will position us well for some other future mission or missions. And we're going to continue to fight for those things. We're working with our, federal delegation, our state delegation. We'd love to see some more missions out there that will bring more, people and investment. And so, yeah, a bit disappointing because that would have been a big one, that F-35. But I think there's other opportunities that we're well positioned for.
All right, very good. Focusing more locally now, paving projects, you've got 2 big ones wrapping up this week, Fruit Ridge Avenue and Brown Avenue. What are we looking at next down the road as far as paving projects in the city?
Well, we got another section of Locust to do between 8th and 13th, and then North 8th, north of Locust after that, and then South 6th Street from Poplar down to Holman. It's in bad shape, and we'll need that same work. And then we've got a few other smaller projects. And so we're kind of almost to the middle of the season here, if you will, on that, or really close to it. It seems like it's all happening at once. That's just kind of the timing of us getting access to the asphalt. But they're all important projects, and they're all going to make a huge difference. We're spending $2.5 million on paving this year in the city of Terre Haute. Probably the most we've spent in a very long time. So it's, we have a lot more to go, no question. But I feel really good about where we're at in the schedule already.
All right, very good. Some significant progress taking place nearby us over at the new Terre Haute Police Headquarters. Where are we at on that? Is move-in date really close here?
Yeah, it's in August. I don't have an exact date. The contractor likes to keep that close to the vest, and we'll get you there in August. Right now, I don't know if that's the middle of August or the end of August, but they're on schedule. We're right on budget. We've not had any extra costs that have hit us since we started the remodeling. And so I feel really good about that project, that we're finally getting that to the end here. Just in a few more months, we'll be in there. We're going to demolish the old building on Wabash as soon as we can this year, and then market that space for something new. So it's just, the whole thing is just a great improvement.
All right, very good. Also a big improvement, obviously, the convention center. You're on the capital improvement board. The facade is now in place throughout the building, or at least in parts of the building. What's happening with the convention center?
So right on schedule and right on budget there too. I mean, I love to say those words, especially on a government project. But we're already starting to get some interest. We haven't signed the paper yet, but we booked the first event, which will be in the spring of 23. So there'll be some others that'll be first, but right now that's the one that's going to happen in 23, which we're planning on opening next year. But it's going to take us a few years to get a full schedule. So just excited to see that interest, people calling and saying, okay, who do we talk to? What can we do about our future? Whether it's a dinner or it's a, conference of some kind or convention, whatever it might be, we're getting a lot of interest. So I couldn't feel any better about that. I don't want to jinx anything, but it's like both of those projects are going great.
All right, very good. Well, we can talk about Banks of the Wabash. We can't jinx that because it's already happened, but it looked like a really good turnout this year.
We believe it'll be a record from the receipt side of things for the food and carnival sales. Amazing turnout. I went 2 or 3 different nights, and it was always busy, but there were a couple of nights that it was just standing room only. There was very little room to get around down there. So the music was great. I think everybody wanted to get out of the house and do something. So I think that's a lot to do with it, and very, very successful event from our perspective.
Very good. And then looking ahead to Independence Day, are you in a position now where you can talk about the city's plans for Independence Day?
Yeah, we'll be doing our typical fireworks at Fairbanks Park, and have some, food trucks and some things going on down there. The Catholic Charities event will be going on with the ducks, on the river. So it'll be a fun-filled day, but kind of back to normal like it was, just in the past. And so as we work our way through this COVID thing, you're going to see more and more of those kind of things occur. And I know they're having the Eagle County Fair this year. So yeah, fireworks on the Wabash on the 4th of July.
All right, getting things back to normal a little bit. Mayor Duke Bennett, as always, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Okay, thanks, John.